Want to hear what everybody had to say about today's Watkins Glen race? Check out NASCAR Now, midnight tonight, ESPN 2. Then our Monday roundtable. Ray Abraham, Boris Said, Randy LaJoy will talk all about today's race. That is tomorrow at 5 Eastern time. Live at Joe Gibbs Racing, Wednesday night, NASCAR Now, 5 p.m. Eastern. Then next weekend, we've got the nationwide race, the Carfax 250, Saturday at 3 Eastern. And the Sprint Cup Series race for Michigan next Sunday, 1 Eastern. All that upcoming on ESPN and ESPN 2. Here today at Watkins Glen, just past a third of the way through today's NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race, and after the exchange of pit stops, got a new leader.
Absolutely. Kyle Busch is out front, charging. The race car looks good. He's running some great times around this racetrack. And I'll tell you one of the things I'm watching for. I'm looking at that 48 and that 18. They both seem to have a ton of horsepower. And we heard Robbie Gordon in our pre-race show talking about having his car set up for more power versus fuel mileage. I wonder if any of these guys are on that task as well.
Well, they could be. You know, there's a lot of guys before the race started. I was down at garage area talking to some teams, and they were talking about a 750 carburetor versus an 830 carburetor. That maybe they'll pick up a couple miles per gallon, maybe they'll pick up a couple laps. And I looked at the Roush teams. Almost all the Roush cars hit pit road in lap 20. Give me an indication they go like 35 laps, Alan.
Yep. Now,
that's longer than the rest of the guys we've seen out there, so maybe they're running the smaller carburetor.
There is someone on the track who is even faster than the race leader at the moment, and that's that 21 car that started last.
Well, he started in the back of the field, so I'm under the assumption the same thing that Robbie Gordon said. We're back in the pack, so we've got horsepower built into our ride today. Along with his talent, Marcus Ambrose is just completely hauling the heat today.
I can tell you what, Ambrose has got it going on. You see him coming to the inner loop right there, just really going. But guys, I tell you, another hot corner, and it was this way last year's turn one. A lot of wheel hopping going on down there. This corner right here, a lot of them slid off. You saw Jeff Gordon last year had that problem. Take a look at the 44 car now, David Rudiman. He loses it off the racetrack. The classic wheel hop, and that's what happens if you just get a little deep. Let's watch Juan Pablo Montoya. Another guy got in deep. He held on to it, slid off the race course, didn't spin it. That was a really good piece of driving. Now take a look at Patrick Carpentier. He gets down in there. Oh, just holds on a big spin between him and P.J. Jones. They go around. And Alan, this wheel hopping in turn one, baby.
Remember in last year's race here, both Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon spun out of the lead in tricky turn one. We'll see how it unfolds as the day goes on, but it's been a hot spot so far here today. Oh, by the way, the difference between Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr., 6 laps between when they pitted. Kyle Busch out on fresh tires for 6 laps before Junior made his stop. Maybe that's why Kyle Busch is leading and Junior's back in 6th place. We'll keep an eye on how this final round of pit stops unfolds as we get a little bit later on into the race. And one other little quick strategy note, Robbie Gordon just back on and off pit road for some fuel only in the 7 car. Don't know whether they didn't get it full the first time or that's just a little strategy play, but we'll keep an eye on number 7. He right now is 39th, first car, 1 lap down.
Take a look at our AT&T Crew Chief Challenge. Which driver has the best chance of getting his first win of the season at Watkins Glen today? Is it A, Tony Stewart, B, Jeff Gordon, C, Kevin Harvick, or D, Greg Biffle? To play, text the word crew to 191 on your AT&T wireless phone and send in your answer. The results will be shown a little later on in the race, and standard text rates will apply. Tough choice there, although Jeff Gordon struggled a little bit early on. There's the 20 car, Tony Stewart. Tony's won 3 of the last 4 times he has come here, 4 of the last 6.
Jeff Gordon's 23rd, but he has improved his lap time some. They made a change to the chassis.
Moments ago here over the inner loop, the 7 car, Robbie Gordon getting off.
Careful, careful.
Little contact with Tony Stewart on the way by.
That was an anxious moment for Tony Stewart there. He thought that Robbie probably was going to be a little bit slower getting back there, but Robbie was back in the gas and obviously didn't realize that somebody was coming too. No harm, though. Everything's good. Tony Stewart's up in 3rd place. Robbie Gordon is a lap down. Be interesting to see about that strategy that Alan was talking about. He came back in a second time just to get fuel, and we heard him talking about early before the race that fuel was their biggest concern.
I don't think it was strategy. I believe that they just had a problem with fuel, like Alan said. Maybe didn't get it full when they did make their pit stop, because nothing about being a lap down will work in your strategy.
We are, and I perish to say this, we are caution-free thus far in terms of full course cautions here at Watkins Glen. Kyle Busch up front, the points leader in the 18 car. He is unbeaten on road courses in 2008. He won in the NASCAR Nationwide Series at Mexico City and then dominated from 30th starting spot at Infineon. He leads here at Watkins Glen.